Hello, I'm Barbara Penner and I teach at the Bartlett UCL. Instead of presenting an object that represents action, I'd like to speak of one designed not to require action, the Fireless cooker or hay box, not the most radical object perhaps, but one that's very relevant at a time of soaring fuel costs and scarcity. The hay box is a fuel-efficient way of cooking. Food is first heated conventionally, then removed from direct heat and placed in an insulated box where it cooks with retained heat for many hours. Hay boxes historically were made by users with insulating materials they had to hand, newspaper, sawdust, straw, or hay, hence hay box. My interest in fireless cooking came about because of this image. It shows the Frankfurt kitchen of 1927, celebrated as an icon of modernity due to its use of prefabrication and advanced technologies. But until recently, few scholars have mentioned that the Frankfurt kitchen included a hay box next to the gas stove. It's hidden in plain sight. You can understand why the hay box is rarely acknowledged. It's a blip. It disturbs our idea of what makes this kitchen modern. But is it time to adjust our idea of modernity so that it can include modest, resourceful technologies like the hay box, which are meant precisely to conserve fuel and labor? In fact, for several decades in the early 20th century, hay boxes were seen as the smartest technology around. Their most high-profile champion, home economist Christine Frederick, seen here, noted that a 5-pound rib roast could be cooked with only 20 minutes of fuel rather than over an hour's worth. But equally important to Frederick was how fireless cooking saved women time and energy. Because food cooked passively, women no longer needed to engage in what Frederick called useless pot watching, basting, stirring, and they could get on and do other things as the food cooked itself. To be clear, I am not proposing that we all run out and build ourselves hay boxes, not yet anyway. But objects like the hay box can help us question inherited ideas about technology, progress, and our use of resources, from fuel to female labor. And it reminds us that sometimes the best action is one that does less.